Awesome. Well, thank you, Ellie, for being with us today for Virtual Summer Opportunities Fair. If you don't mind just sharing who you are, your position, and the organization you work with.
Yes, thanks. My name is Ellie Blackwood, and I am the Clinical Director at Northwest Youth Discovery.
And do you mind sharing a little bit more about Northwest Youth Discovery in general?
Sure. NWID is an inpatient residential treatment program. We serve up to 10 Oregon Youth Authority adolescent females, ages 12 to 21, providing behavioral rehabilitation services. So that's the treatment part of it. BRS includes life skills training, activities of daily living, coping skills. Specifically, we focus on DBT, individual and group counseling, and parent training. So it's in-house. We're also very community-based. So we try and work with the youth to get youth out there. So school is out in the community, they're working and volunteering and just learning how to kind of integrate into the community as productive members. We also have a outpatient mental health program, and that provides mental health therapy for the general public. Our therapists are credentialed with a variety of insurance carriers and focus on mental health issues and diagnoses such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, domestic violence, like a wide array. So we've got a very broad scope with our therapists, which is really cool.
Great. Great. Do you mind sharing just a little bit more about the undergraduate positions that are currently available? And then I also know that there are some graduate positions available too.
Yes. So for the undergrad level, we offer a position that kind of goes in the path of residential care, in like direct care staff and leading up to like program manager positions. And within all of that, learning about basic child care techniques, milieu management, crisis management, teamwork, group facilitation, coping skills training, systems theory, and a lot more. We focus a lot on relationship building. So it's a great opportunity to do that, whether residential is your area or not. It's one of I think the biggest strengths of this organization, and what people walk away with is that piece, and conflict resolution is also a huge focus of our program.
Great. And if a student is interested in applying, what qualifications are you looking for the internship or positions, and how can they make themselves stand out in the application process?
Well, we seek highly moral and ethical professionals who can maintain healthy boundaries. That's a huge, huge ask and need in this field and in this program. We look for people who are self-motivated, have good communication skills, or are at least open to feedback to improve on communication skills and develop interpersonal effectiveness. We also work as a team in providing critical feedback and being able to work effectively in a team environment, because we rely on each other so much. Also, must be willing to learn about trauma-informed care and maintain personal and emotional health. So being able to kind of balance that, super important.
And what does the hiring timeline look like for the positions, and how long do you typically host a student for?
Great question. So right now, we are pretty open. So we want to work with the timeline that the school has for internships. And so it could be as soon as the summer term, or sooner if that's what a student is looking for. Typically, what we've seen with undergrads, it's usually been a term. So whether it be for the summer term or a few months, and we are open, just so you know, we are open to, we have a lot of flexibility in that, and are willing to work with each individual to meet their needs as well as the program's needs. And we are always really excited for people to come in and have ideas and projects to share with the organization, because I think that's what helps us grow stronger and build and thrive also. So fresh ideas, innovative human beings, autonomy is huge here too. Yeah, all of those things.
That's great. And then for kind of this strange, unusual time with the virus, would the internship be available as a remote option, or is it kind of dependent on where we're at in a month or two with this?
Right. Also a really good question, because things have kind of just turned. So unfortunately, remote doesn't work so well in this environment because it is so hands-on and people-based and relationship-based. So, however, you know, I'm not going to say a flat no. I would say there's always opportunity to have for conversation and discussion if something like really awesome is doable. I think that we would be able to talk about it. We are taking all precautions though in program and asking all staff to do the same in their personal lives as well as in the program, and same with the youth. And as anybody who's interested in coming, I'd be happy to talk with anybody about what precautions we're taking and what we're doing to maintain safety for everybody.
Great. And if a student is interested in applying, where and how can they go about that application process?
The best thing would be to, we're fairly informal here, and we do a lot of now it would probably be via Zoom, but interviews like that, and don't have a formal written application. So reaching out to our executive director, Rich Streeter, via email. Do you want me to give you that?
Yeah, that would be great if you don't mind.
Okay, it's Rich, R-I-C-H, at NWYD, Bend, BEND.org.
Perfect.
Yeah, and he would do the interview and set something up, and then we go from there.
And I can't remember, is NWYD in Handshake? Are students able to see those positions there, or would it be best to reach out to Rich?
I think it would be best to reach out to Rich. I honestly am not super involved in figuring out all the the navigation of different systems, and so I don't think it's in Handshake. I can look into it. We just don't have like a very specific position, because we work with the school and try and figure out what's going to be best. So it's open and flexible. So I'll try and look at Handshake and see if I could get something posted on there. But reaching out to Rich, it will be a much faster process.
Perfect. No, that's great. And I think it will allow students to kind of have that direct face-to-face or Zoom interaction. So that's great. And in your opinion, just last question for you, what do you think is the most challenging aspect of the role and the most rewarding aspect?
I think that the most challenging part is probably not seeing immediate results from the hard work that we are doing. And so I think that can be really hard for people. And the most rewarding is when you remember that it's not about immediate results and get to know the human beings that we're working with. I mean, the relationships that are built here with the young people that we work with and the staff are amazing. And though we may never see like what the outcome is and where they progress in life, like just knowing that we're a snippet in their lives, to me, that's pretty rewarding.
That's great. Well, thank you again so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.